Hello everyone, welcome to our Thanksgiving special. Jamie and I are going to go through the 1991 Sears Wish Book catalog. I'm going to be filming this with, unfortunately I returned my iPhone 12 Pro, whatever it was, and now I'm back to my 8. And the video quality might not be as good as if I had that, but I still think it's pretty good. So I have Jamie here with me. We're going to be talking about some of the very fun, nostalgic things that we find in here.
That's right. Preparation for Black Friday shopping back in the day.
Yes, as a child, I remember going through this and circling all the things I wanted for Christmas. I'm just going to take a look at all, all the different kids they have on that sleigh. Just a random assortment of children in 90s snow gear. I love it.
And most of them probably have kids of their own now.
That's a good point. So let's get started. We're just going to go through this and just candidly talk about what we see. And that video camera is amazing. Camcorder, yeah.
And this Barbie doll over here is something that would have been on the top of my sister's wish list.
Probably one of mine too. I mean, that is a glamour Barbie. Glamour indeed. I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead leaving my house in that now, but back then. Christmas the way it should be. Oh, you got shopping convenience. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. 29 super values. We'll have to see what those are.
And I can even remember right before I got my Super Nintendo, I was in Sears one evening with my family. They had a Super Nintendo set up on on a TV with Super Mario World.
Oh yeah, hold on, I gotta fix my grip here. Yeah, so that's something I remember about Sears too, is having the video games set up in store. They used to be big on the video games. I know there's a lot in this catalog for video games and computer stuff. Ooh. That looks fun. I've never seen one of those in real life. $120 and $1992. Ooh, a 10-inch color TV with remote control. Weighs 16 pounds. Now, what year were you born, Jamie?
1983.
Yeah, I was 1991, and I definitely didn't look at this particular catalog as a kid.
It's possible that I might have.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. You may have looked through this. I remember, 96, 97, 98, going through it, circling my Christmas presents. Oh, that kid loves that train. This is awesome. I feel like 90s was kind of like peak toys. Like kids had way more toys back then than they do now. More selection.
It's definitely more. There was definitely more variety.
Look at this beetle with the Solo Cup graphics on the side. That is incredible. If I could buy that, I would.
Barbie Jeep, in case she wants to go off-roading in that dress she had on.
Oh, I love that.
And one thing that jumps out at me is the Ninja Turtle watch. I was a big Ninja Turtle fan when I was younger.
I was too. One of my favorite video games was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter for the Sega Genesis. Look at the
Yeah,
the PJs, Bart Simpson, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Mario ones. Like, I want those today. Oh, look at that Game Boy sweater. Are you kidding me? I so want that. I'm so mad it doesn't exist. Well, today to buy. I know it exists out there somewhere. Oh, the things that we took for granted back then, Who would have thought would be so nostalgic for it all? Oh, you see the NES on top of that TV? Oof.
Yeah, that little girl's got it made. She's doing her music, and then when she wants to take a break, just turn on the Nintendo.
Now, this actually works with the Nintendo system, so I find that pretty interesting. That's an interesting little thing. I guess if anybody's used that before, let me know in the comments, because I've never heard of it.
That screen down there on the bottom with the music, that reminds me a little bit of one of the features in Mario Paint. You could do some music in that game too.
I know, we should definitely play that on video one day. I know you still have a copy of that.
I do, and the mouse that came with it.
That is so great. Oh, wow. It's just these little
Geo
camcorders.
Geo Safari, that's another cool thing from the 90s. I used to have a Geo Safari talking globe.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. Oh, backup light warning alarm. Yeah, that's kind of cool. A little safety feature. Novelty calculators. Back when you didn't have everything on your phone. You basically have a supercomputer in your pocket compared to, 30 years ago. Oh, look at that. That is so 90s. Jewelry, like, I don't want to, offend anybody, but I feel like gaudy, tacky jewelry was a big thing in the 80s and 90s. Like, people couldn't get enough of it, and they would pay top dollar. We got some little holiday collection. Very cute, very cute. More interested in the toys. I'm a toy person myself. The clocks is, oh, cuckoo clocks. Are you kidding me? This was a real thing that Sears sold. It's kind of pretty though in a way.
And then this one up here, I think my parents used to have one that looked kind of similar to this one.
I know my grandmother had ones like that. Back when we put clocks in every room. I just feel like people don't do that anymore. Pet beds. Well, that's something they still make these days. Garfield, though. Garfield Aquarium. Wow. Crayola crayon
Of course,
aquariums?
knowing Garfield, he'd probably be thinking about wanting to eat the fish.
Yeah. It's like, is this lasagna?
Yeah. Will it go good in the lasagna?
A fish lasagna. The golf LCD game. That's fun. That is fun. Oh, jewelry. Yes, this is definitely a nice thing. I know my mother would cry if she didn't have fancy 90s gaudy jewelry all the time. Yep.
It's like what do you always hear? A diamond is forever, and a diamond is a girl's best friend.
Yeah, and that was definitely a big 90s thing. I know people of my generation don't care as much to spend money on rocks and jewelry. I mean costume jewelry, sure, some high-end jewelry, but not like they used to. Jewelry stores are definitely not getting the business that they used to. Not that I personally dislike jewelry. I just don't, go out of my way to spend thousands of dollars on it. But yeah, you would always see a lot of jewelry like that back then. And of course, the wish book is going to be filled with it because not only children looked at these. Oh, the birthstone.
But jewelry is still a nice thing to give someone for a present.
Of course. I mean, I like receiving jewelry. I like buying it. Like I said, it's just, I wouldn't want somebody to spend $2,000 on a necklace for me. That's just crazy.
Right. That's a bit pricey.
And if I were looking for fine jewelry, I'd probably go to a pawn shop because I know how much it doesn't hold its value. Oh, well, that is also very 90s. Very cool, though. Oh, best friend watches. Oh. Very interesting. I want one of the LCD watches from the 90s. I always thought those were cool. I apologize for any glare.
Or like one of those Timex watches that you could light up.
I love those, man. That is some good stuff. Oh yes, also very 90s. Big old rocks. The pocket watch, something you do not see much of nowadays. Citizen, warranted to 2001. Time machine that takes you into the 21st century. Oh, that's so Ooh, you can change the band to match your outfit. Well, not the band, but the ring around it. Love it. Yep, watches were a big thing when you didn't have time on your phone. There's Timex watches. Yeah. I still want those. I don't even care if my phone tells time. I still want that. Casio. I want a Casio calculator watch. Oh man, this magazine is really like a time machine, isn't it?
Definitely.
Just seeing every hot product back then. Oh, the Disney watches. That is so good. I love Disney stuff. Vintage Disney stuff.
Yeah, Disney is very cool.
Oh, Popeye.
And the Disney items remind me. Have you ever played any of the Kingdom Hearts video games?
I have not. Definitely something I should do.
Those video games are cool because it's like a crossover with Disney characters and Final Fantasy characters.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like, what could be better than that? It's like a dream team. It's something I've been meaning to do.
Wandering across multiple worlds with Donald Duck and Goofy accompanying you.
Yeah, that's the concept of it's just like something that appeals to me a lot. So it's definitely something I've always wanted to play, but never got around to it because I never had much of a PlayStation collection. Oh, that's a nice dress. I'd even wear that today. That's not looking too dated. But those...
No, some things just age better than others, and I agree, that is a very nice dress.
But these look very dated. The shoulder pads and all. But yeah, definitely some things look more timeless than others. Like this is also looking very dated, but
right.
I kind of like it. I like it in that weird nostalgic way.
Some of these dresses or this clothing you might expect to see on an episode of Full House.
Oh yes, and you know look at that is so gaudy. But yeah, it's just definitely giving me some good nostalgic vibes. The shoes you would only find today at a thrift store. And the bargain bin. Oh yes, that is peak 90s woman fashion. Look at that. Is that like a muumuu? What is going on there? It's so not flattering. It's impressive. See, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a big pink tent.
That's what it looks like. I don't know if people wore as much flattering clothes back then as they do now, although something could be said about leaving something to the imagination, but I feel like that you can kind of meet in the middle there. So maybe they're selling this in all different colors. Oh yes, you could see the different colors there. Very nice, very nice. Yes. Yeah, I can't imagine anybody wearing this today. It's rabbit hair though. Very fancy. Yeah, this is it's just a blast from the past. I know this video is going to be pretty long and pretty slow paced, and you know, if I can, I might put some little, you know, markers in there for you, or just let you know what time things start and end at, and maybe you want to skip over the clothing, maybe you want to skip over the appliances, but for me, it's like I just want to soak it all up. I definitely want to see all of it. She's so pretty.
Yeah, she is.
That outfit, it's not flattering, but she's still so pretty in it.
I think it's how she was smiling. That's probably one of the things that did it.
Smiles always make people more attractive, more friendly and welcoming and inviting. Cotton turtlenecks. One of the things I don't like about this 2020 pandemic is, you know, having to wear a mask so people can't tell when you're smiling. Although I've been told I have smiley eyes and people can still tell when I'm smiling. Oh my goodness, look at that sweater.
That's the kind of sweater, like if it had more of a Christmas theme, someone might wear it like to an ugly sweater party.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. You know, this is something somebody's great-grandmother would wear. Wow. Yeah, that is the most 90s. I remember my mother wearing stuff like this. Although we don't speak of my mother much because she's very evil. Sorry, that's a little TMI. I just personally haven't, spoken to or seen my mother in many years for various reasons. Oh, I love how high those jeans are. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, high-waisted jeans are back in fashion, but not those ones.
Yeah, those look like if she pulled them up much more, they might go to her shoulders.
Yeah.
And this girl, do you think she's that same girl from a few pages before who we were saying was really pretty?
She kind of looks like it. Same haircut. That's definitely her. Yeah. I feel like.
Yeah, she's got that same pretty smile. That looks very genuine.
Yes. Yes. I love smiles like that. Maybe she's just the top Sears model for 1992. Dockers. Wear them to your armpits. Those nice baggy 90s windbreaker kind of material coats. Oh, there's the real windbreakers. Oh, look at those Reeboks.
Yeah.
They're so retro, they're kind of cool again. That is the most 90s workout picture, though.
Yeah. It's like they had that, and then along came the elliptical.
Yes. Oh, look at these sort of leggings, those workout pants that people wouldn't be wearing if they weren't working out, unlike nowadays where we wear leggings everywhere. Leggings are pants now. Oh my goodness, look at that outfit. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, I want those pants.
They literally look just like a kaleidoscope.
They do, which is kind of cool. Maybe not rip it. This is like my prized possession right now. Oh, I love this so much.
Oh, and check it out, the Walkman.
The Walkman walk jog meter. So this wasn't a Walkman per se, but it was tracking your steps.
The original Fitbit.
Yeah, that is so fun. Basic training. Look at these girls. They're like, I am so cool in this outfit. This is the coolest outfit.
And let's just stand here so everyone can walk by and admire our coolness.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Get this bag when you buy the shoe. Back when fanny packs first came out, I know they're all coming back. Oh, the power.
And speaking of fanny packs, when I first got my Game Boy, I also got a Game Boy fanny pack with it to keep my games in.
You know, it's so funny you mention that because I was just looking at a Game Boy fanny pack on eBay and I'm pretty close to buying it. Because I just think it's like so retro that it's cool. I might not put a Game Boy in it, but I would love to have it. I'll have to show you that when we're done filming. Oh, I love those stylish snow boots. Oh my goodness.
Oh, those are very cool.
These are the ones I like. They're really like obviously retro. Reebok. Reebok was where it was at back then.
Definitely.
Oh, the nightgowns.
I think you might have skipped a page.
Oh, you're right. Good save. Good save. Luggage. Don't want to miss that Samsonite Luggage, which is still a good brand.
And Samsonite actually reminds me of the movie Dumb and Dumber.
Does it?
Because when Jim Carrey's character picked up the suitcase that was left at the wall, he was trying to figure out the woman's last name, and he thought maybe it's on the suitcase. Oh, Samsonite.
Oh, see, I gotta watch that. I've never watched that movie. That sounds pretty funny. Satin. I love how women always wore nightgowns to bed back in the day, and I don't know, it just seems kind of comfy. I'm not hating on the nightgown at all. Ooh, sexy lingerie.
Very nice, yeah.
Am I allowed to say sexy on YouTube? I don't know. This is just so funny looking at me. Ah, look at that. Is this sleepwear or is this regular wear? It's just a jumpsuit. I don't think it really specifies. The great 90s jumpsuit. Oh, man. Yes. Let's just wear a moo-moo. I wonder if they were modeling it for heavier people. Like it's an outfit that somebody heavier would wear, but they just only had slim models. That's
and this material, it reminds me of corduroy.
And I love corduroy. Bring back corduroy. It's such a soft, lovely material. When I see things made of corduroy, I buy it.
When I was in 7th grade, I remember a lot of people wearing corduroy pants.
Yeah. Oh, and I still wear some sometimes. I mean, it's obviously new corduroy, new type of material, but I say bring back the cords. Oh, look at those PJs. Oh. Oh my goodness. Yes, the nightgown.
It's almost like they're dressing up like American Girl dolls.
It does kind of look like that now that you mention it. It does. I can picture American Girl dolls wearing that. How old's your sister?
She is 34.
Did she play with American Girl dolls back in the day?
Yes, she did.
That's what I was asking. I was like trying to think of what she played with as a kid. Some of this stuff is probably relevant to her.
Yeah, she liked things like Barbie, My Little Pony, American Girl. She was also a huge Beanie Baby fan for a while.
I was too. I didn't have, a crazy collection, but I did like having them. Oh, look at those kids. They're cute.
Yeah, my sister didn't have like a huge collection, but there were some that were like her favorites, and those were the ones she collected.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love the Ninja Turtles so much. This is also great.
And Bulls 23, that was Michael Jordan's number, and he was someone else who was big in the 90s.
Oh, he sure was.
Did you see the movie Space Jam?
Oh, yes. My dad actually tried out for a voice part in it.
Oh, really?
He did not get it. He lost it to Billy West, of course.
But you know what? It was good that he tried.
He was a voice actor and sound effects guy on a radio station in Boston.
That's very cool.
I want that. That is so great.
Mario and Ninja Turtles side by side.
What's better than that? I wish I could just somehow get those reprinted on a regular t-shirt. Oh my god, these are so great. Look at that costume. Look at this all denim outfit. It looks like a kid's more costume though than anything.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. I am just loving
looking at and check it out, the Oshkoshes.
Oshkosh bagosh. Look at that kid, he's so cute.
It's like, with the hat, it's like, he almost looks like a train conductor.
I was just thinking the same thing. You just beat me to saying it. Oh yeah, those pants for kids. I just love seeing these 90s kids, man. Look at the wallpaper in the background. Back when wallpaper was a thing.
Yeah. Oh. And the Ninja Turtle costume there, that reminds me, one year I did dress up like a Ninja Turtle for Halloween.
That's so great. Look at those Mario sweatsuits. How do I get this?
Those are very cool. Yeah.
I want that so bad. Oh, cute little kids' clothes. I know, there's some pictures of me in some great 90s clothes. I'll have to find them one of these days. That is so good. These very 90s children. Oh, those jackets.
Yeah.
Get out of here. I want one.
And one something like this over here, probably my sister would have worn.
Oh, I know, I had one just like that. I would wear that today. Like, that is so crazy, it's cool. Winnie the Pooh. Look at that old Winnie the Pooh logo.
Yeah.
I loved Winnie the Pooh as a kid. I actually think I might have had a coat just like that too, actually. Probably not the same exact one, but... Oh, the Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh, yeah. With all his buddies, Christopher Robin and Eeyore and the rabbit. Yeah, Piglet.
See, you know, that looked like me as a kid, kind of, and I would have loved to have worn that. That is just reminds me of me as a kid. Oh, look at that little cat sweater. It's so cute. This is so good. Look at that. I'm trying to see what's on that. Oh, it's cute. These kids are so cute. Oh, My Little Pony. Tweety Bird. Tweety Bird was big. Oh, look at that Barbie shirt.
Yeah, and the Little Mermaid.
Oh, I love the Little Mermaid. That is such a good movie.
And I think over there that looked. Oh yeah, Babs Bunny from Tiny Toons.
Babs. Oh, I loved Tiny Toons as a kid.
Yeah, Tiny Toons was very cool.
That was a good show. I just love that logo. Look how vintage that is. The bows on that outfit, that is so funny. Yeah, what year was this one again? Oh yeah, 1991. Yeah, definitely from the year I was born. I was November 91. McKids. Is that McDonald's? Did they
Looks like it.
McDonald's clothes? It might not be McDonald's, but...
Well, the M does really look like the McDonald's logo, so I think it probably is.
That is so funny.
Perfect thing to wear while you're eating your Happy Meal and opening the toy.
Man, I loved my Happy Meals as a kid. I remember even getting the Sonic the Hedgehog toys in a Happy Meal.
Yeah. I even remember one time I got a Super Mario toy in a Happy Meal.
Oh my goodness.
I think it was a Koopa Paratroopa.
Oh, that's so cool. Is that Vanilla Ice? Let's see, let's go to Ed. Yeah, Vanilla Ice or MC Hammer. Oh my goodness.
Ice, ice, baby.
Now we're gonna have to go listen to that song after. No, we can't play it in the video. We don't want a copyright strike.
Or the Weird Al version, Rice, Rice, baby.
Oh, Weird Al's pretty funny. I also have more of a vintage thing. I think he was bigger back in the day. He's still funny though. That's a very 90s belt. Oh, man, those shirts are still great. Nope, nope, come on. Let's not wreck it. Years from now, this will be a prized relic. I'm going to save it forever. And thankfully, I get to share it with all of you on YouTube. Wow, that's so great. Yep. Very, very nice. Like, look at that. Look at that cat snowman sweater.
Yeah, and these right here, I know I mentioned Full House before, but I could almost see this being being like DJ and Kimmy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is so good. So good. I love the backgrounds of the pictures too. They're just so vintage. I wonder if people are going to be looking at YouTube 20 years from now and just being like, listen to these vintage people.
Right.
These antique people.
And then because they'll be thinking that things from this year are vintage.
Oh, for sure. I wonder if they're going to look at this video and just laugh at us.
Well, that's good. If they're laughing at us, it means they're watching us.
Exactly. I can't complain. Laugh at me all you want. Oh, those coats are so nice. I want that coat. I would so wear that. Wow, yeah. The faux fur. Fur look coats. That was a big thing back then, too. Somebody prefers the real fur. I'm a real fur wearer. I'm too fancy for that fake fur. No, I'm just kidding. I have some fake fur stuff too. Look at that Mario shirt.
Another person from the 90s, you got Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times if I was playing a wrestling video game, I would be Hulk Hogan.
Oh, he was the man back then, you know. He is just the man of the times. Oh, these kids. I wonder what they're doing now with their lives. They're like, remember when I was in that Sears catalog?
Yeah.
I wonder if they have pictures of themselves in the Sears catalog framed on their walls. I want that Mario. I want it so bad. Panama Jack. That's definitely another vintage brand. I think Walmart kind of revived it. They had a Panama Jack, a jewelry line for a little bit there. I think it was the same thing.
We got some football jackets there.
Some more logos. That's pretty fun. Oh, yeah, we get a lot more of it. The Raiders. Buffalo Bills. Oh.
Buffalo Bills. They were in the Super Bowl quite a few times, and they lost. I think just about every time.
Really?
Or at least most of the time. I actually remember 2 years in a row they were in the Super Bowl against Dallas, and Dallas beat them both times.
Really? See, I wouldn't remember that. I mean, I'm casually watch football. You know, Patriots fan. I'm being a New Englander, but never been crazy about the football myself.
Yeah, my dad's a Giants fan and my sister's a Packers fan.
Ooh, see, got a little competition in the house. Yeah. What team do you prefer?
The team I like is the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of times when I played football video games, I was always Atlanta.
Well, there you go. See, we all got our favorites.
And they played against the Patriots in the Super Bowl a few years ago.
Yep, you always gotta watch the Super Bowl, even if you're not a big football fan. Just the commercials alone.
Watch the commercials and the halftime show. Like I remember in the last Super Bowl they had Shakira.
Oh yes.
And it was really awesome.
And it's always an event where family gets together, eats some good food. It's always a good time, the Super Bowl. It's always been something my family has always enjoyed. Man, I love these vintage sweatshirts. Many kids had this stuff on their Christmas list. That animal print, man.
Yeah.
Oh, skip the page. Whoops. Excuse me.
Good catch.
We don't want to miss any of this goodness. We're already up to page 269. Yet I'm pretty sure there's over 500 pages in here. just judging by what's left. 90s sweats. Everybody looks so sleek and polished these days, and back then everything was just kind of like, hey, it's the 90s. Gonna wear this windbreaker.
Yeah.
Gel my hair.
Yeah, we all just said whatever.
Yep. And real leather jackets, probably for pretty cheap. Yeah, I would say that's pretty cheap comparatively. And I'm sure there's some of these jackets that are still being used and they held up well. Buffed cowhide parka. I bet that's a nice jacket. Things made out of real materials like that, like leather, just hold up better over time versus, you know, pleather, obviously. Lambskin. Lambskin's nice. A lambskin trench coat for $300? Sign me up. But, you know, that's just a personal preference. If you're vegan or anything, or don't want to use that stuff.
And you got Levi's, another good another 90s brand.
And the thing about Levi's is it's still kicking and good, you know, but vintage Levi's were definitely a step above. Like, if you can find some vintage Levi's at the thrift store, you know, that's a score. Oh, these very vintage men's sweaters. Like, look at this guy. That is peak 90s there. I guess all of it is, you know. He's like, I'm very
Look,
serious.
it's Bambi's cousin.
Oh, this is so good. Yeah, excuse me while I switch hands back and forth here. It's a little tough to film this, you know, well. And I apologize for any bad video quality. Look at these Levi's. I want some bleached Levi's. Some nice light wash jeans. Oh yes, the 90s suit. But you know, not that different from today's suit. Today's suit might just be a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more form-fitting, but... Oh yes, the monogram robes. Here, monogrammed. Look at this guy. What is that pose? Oh, I love it. I love it. Man's long johns. You know, there's guys that would be psyched to have that. Those shoes are, you would mistake those probably for modern shoes because they're pretty timeless style there. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything too crazy.
Card
except
collector album with baseball cards, although now you'd probably see people using them more for their magic cards.
Exactly. Look at this fish hat. What on earth is that?
Well, what it kind of reminds me of is years ago, my family and I were in Lake George, New York, and I bought a hat there, and it had like fake pieces of bird crap on it, and it said, damn seagulls.
Well, that's kind of funny. I would like to see that hat. You gotta bring it over sometime. If you still have it.
I'm sure it's around somewhere.
This is fantastic. A lot of golf stuff. Golf is still big these days. I have a friend that's a very good golfer. I should go golfing sometime.
Yeah, my dad and my sister are both good golfers.
Oh, cool.
And speaking of golf, there's an iconic 90s movie, Happy Gilmore.
Yes, I have not watched that one either. I've watched clips of it, but look at that old vintage makeup. I'm sure it's so crappy. 90s makeup has really come a long way. It's since the 90s, you know, it's just, we've had so many advances in, you know, formulations and technology and... Oh, yes. Is that champagne? Or maybe bubble bath. Oh, we got vintage perfume. Yeah, what is 10? 10. It is bubble bath. Okay, so my guess was correct. Bubble bath champagne. Oh, yes. The grooming tools. Looks like she's steaming her face there. See, 17, facial sauna. Which, yeah, still a good, useful thing in my opinion. I just don't think you need to have that to do it. Oh, a tanning bed. Of course you want an at-home tanning bed. Unmailable. Yeah, I think it's gonna come in on a truck. Portable tanning canopy. See, you would never see things like that these days. You know, just buy a whole tanning bed out of a catalog like that. Foot spa, little bubble spa there.
Oh, and I was just looking at these here, and it says Tan-fastic tanning appliances.
Oh, that's kind of funny name there. I don't think it says the cost of that one. Oh no, it does. 1 and 2. So yeah, $2,200 and then $949. Okay, so that's what they do cost. I was just looking at that first one and not really reading it. Are these little massagers? They are. Interesting, interesting. That quality 90s technology. Jewelry cleaner. Yes, that's a good thing to have with your bountiful, gaudy 90s jewelry. Nice recliner. Oh,
Yeah,
it's one of
very
those nice
nice.
ones. Yeah, those are expensive nowadays. You got to go to, what's it called? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Ethan Allen, maybe? Raymond Flanagan. I'm trying to think of the name of the one, the store. Oh, Lazy Boy. That's what I'm thinking of, the recliner place. And as a child, my family did shop there for recliners. What is that?
My family just got a really nice Easy Boy recliner. It has a remote control with it.
Oh, that's cool, yeah. Yeah, having a remote control is pretty handy. Got some hair dryers. Even the technology in that stuff has come a strangely long way since then. I mean, my hair dryer would blow old ones out of the water. You get a Dyson nowadays. Oh, the hair curlers. Oh, this was such a vintage
The perms.
thing. The perms, the hair curlers. Women would walk around like that all day, and that was just the trend. Nowadays, you might get teased if you walk around like that. I know my mother had those. You know, curling your hair, still cool, but those little curling things, the very 90s. I don't know if people still like that. Oh, I love that. You can, oh, that's fun. That's actually really fun. Oh, the shavers, yes. The Lady Remington. Nowadays, you got laser hair removal and all that stuff. I don't know if they had it back then. Probably did. Probably not that revolutionary. That's a very vintage looking shaver.
I remember seeing things like this advertised on TV.
Oh yeah, yeah. Products would get advertised on TV a lot more back then. Stuff like that. But maybe there's, you know, still just as many ads on TV. I just don't notice them anymore because I don't watch TV. I kind of stopped watching cable TV, you know, not long ago. Not that I'm opposed to it. I still have it. I just don't watch it as often. Look at that well-dressed Santa Claus. They got the whole Santa outfit right there. Sears Professional Santa. Toys, sports, and more. Oh, the limited edition Barbies. How glamorous. Who wouldn't want those Barbies?
Yeah, it's like Barbie entering a pageant.
Yes. There's Ken pulling up in his Ferrari. Or Lamborghini or whatever it is. I think it's a Ferrari. Oh my goodness. Now the prices in there are very good. I'm sure they cost a lot if you were to run into these online. Especially new in box. Oh, this is a great wedding day Barbie. Look at the cars. The cars are so fun. Oh, the burger stand.
Oh, and look at that. Barbie comic books.
Oh, wow. You get the whole set for just $11. What a bargain.
And that also reminds me that there was actually a Barbie Nintendo game.
Really? For NES?
For NES, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, oh, the mermaid. I remember having lots of mermaid dolls.
I think my sister might have had a few.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
And speaking of dolls, I used to have a huge collection of Ninja Turtle figures.
Oh, that's awesome. I know I had some too.
And I had some Power Ranger figures too.
Oh, me too. Every time I go to the store, I come home with a new one. One day I buried one in my sandbox and I got really mad when I couldn't find it. The Swiss Alp Barbie. Oh, this is so fun. I love seeing the little Barbies. Oh, and then we can have little doll houses. I remember my mom made my dad buy her a whole big dollhouse with all these little things, and then, you know, she didn't use it very much. It just sat there collecting dust, and I always wanted to play with it, and I'd ask her if I could play with it, and she'd always yell at me. And I really just wanted to play with it.
Yeah.
She wasn't using it, but she's like, no, you're gonna break. You're dumb. You can't touch my dollhouse. It's not nice to do to your kid.
Yeah, that's what kids do. They wanna play with toys.
Yeah, don't leave it out in a big room in the house. Yeah, our doll technology has come a long way too. It's another thing that's had a lot of advances. Now all these dolls do such cool things. First you saw them on TV, now they're at Sears.
Oh, the old Cabbage Patch.
Oh yeah,
and then,
there, those were,
and
big ones.
Kenner, I remember them doing some advertising, like you know, on TV, and then Galoob. I think that's the company that I think made Micro Machines and also made the Game Genie for Nintendo.
Oh, really? Well, that's good to know. That is good to know. Oh, for little mommies. Oop, got my finger in there for a second. Sorry. Yeah, I remember being little kids, you can go play with the baby dolls and give them their bottles. That's a pretty looking doll. Yeah. It's a nice one. What did that one cost you? Oh, a whopping $175. In 90s money, that's a lot of money. It's probably twice as much in today's money.
But it does look like something that's well made, and they made a nice dress for it too.
Yes, they did love my dolls as a kid. I probably would have wanted that one had I seen it. And then I'd be sad when I didn't get it because it's too expensive. I mean, I shouldn't complain. I mean, my parents must have spent, you know, $1,000 on me on Christmas. I mean, I had everything I could have wanted and then some. But then some of the stuff gets played with more than others. But I'll tell you right now.
Like the Nintendo games.
The video games are always the first thing I wanted more than anything.
Me too.
But you can't play video games all day. You definitely want to have time with all your toys and all that goodness. Yeah, those are nice looking dolls. But not cheap dolls either. Oh, there's some very nice ones. Those rich kids are getting spoiled in the 90s. You know, 90s, I feel like we just had more disposable income back then overall. I'm not sure why, but I know my family did. I feel like we all made good money and then our wages didn't rise with the cost of inflation. Oh, those are great. Oh, I love the little costumes. Wow, we've already been recording for 50 minutes and we're only at page 386. I would say we are cruising along, but we are not. Easy sew. Oh, that's cute. I need to get a sewing machine myself. I'm not sure what kind I want to get. I gotta go shopping. Oh, the Easy Bake. Watch It Bake Oven. Not the official Easy Bake, but I used to have an Easy Bake as a kid. I thought it was a lot of fun.
My sister had one and she really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh, the little shopping set. You can see the vintage looking food.
Oh, and that reminds me. I don't know if you watched Seinfeld a lot when you were younger.
A lot. One of my favorite shows.
Do you remember the episode when Jerry's girlfriend had a collection of vintage toys and he wanted to play with them?
No, I actually don't. So what happened?
So he kept asking her if he could play with them, and she kept saying no. So what he started doing was he started like drugging her so she would fall asleep, and then he would play with the toys. Then he'd invite George over and they'd both be playing with them.
Okay, I have to watch that one.
And then they were telling Elaine that there's an Easy Bake Oven, and then she was coming over and playing with them too.
Oh, that is hysterical. That is so funny. Oh my god, I have to watch that one. I had a couple seasons on DVD. It must have not been that season.
I think it might have been one of the later seasons.
Okay, yeah, I think I had the earliest seasons, but yeah, definitely one of my favorite shows. Like, ever.
And again, one of those things when you think 90s, that's one of the first things that comes to your mind.
Seinfeld and Friends are probably like the top 90s shows that I think of when it comes to, sitcoms kind of. Well, not sitcoms, but comedies. And what's the other one that I would watch a lot? I'm going to draw a blank. Everybody Loves Raymond. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
It's funny, my husband actually hates that show. And I kind of like it. I remember when I went to Texas last year, I was like, oh, I'm watching Everybody Loves Raymond at a hotel. He's like, I hate that show so much. I hate it. Oh.
You know, with this toy here, it almost looks like Big Bird's coming out of a Pokeball.
It kind of does. Roly-poly, it does. The color scheme especially. Oh, those happy 90s babies. Babies, you can give them a cardboard box and they're happy, but, the toys are where it's at. Oh, yes. Mr. Potato Head, a classic. That baby is a little basketball. Bowling. Moo moo.
That's something else from the 90s. A lot of times kids would have birthday parties at bowling alleys.
See, my dad's actually in a bowling league, so bowling is not something I've forgotten about. But I know a lot of people have just kind of let bowling go.
I still like to go bowling sometimes.
Yeah, we'll have to go sometime.
Definitely. What was your highest bowling score that you ever got?
Oh,
Do you
see,
remember?
that I don't remember. I've gone well into the 200s, but I've never bowled a 300.
You've definitely done better than me. I think my best was around like 150.
See, that's okay though. Unless you're bowling in a league, you're probably not super used to it. I mean, I bowled that 200 something after bowling for hours in a row.
And when you bowl, do you throw the ball straight, or do you like try to spin it or get it to curve?
I try to get it to curve just slightly. Yeah, I feel like it gets a better hit.
I feel like if I could work on doing that and try to improve, like, try to get that down, I think my bowling would definitely improve.
Oh yeah, it's something you definitely just gotta practice a lot. I mean, I probably just bowl a lot more than you do just because my dad's in the league. But I haven't gone since last year, everything with Corona. It's been a crazy year. Wow, look at that though. Those race car beds, man. That was a big 90s. Like the race car bed was iconic,
There was actually an episode of Friends when Monica, I think Monica was shopping for a new bed, and they accidentally delivered the race car bed to her by mistake.
No way.
And then at the end, Chandler was sitting on the bed, like pretending he was a race car driver, and Monica was trying to kick him out.
Oh, that is fantastic. I'll have to watch that one too. I love the wall stickers. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would have loved to have had that Minnie Mouse. Oh, those are so good. And
you got those Ninja Turtles.
You would have wanted those.
Leonardo cutting the pizza with his katana.
Oh, the little Tykes plastic toys. I remember I had a table like that. I think mine was white and red. Sleeping bags. I'll tell you, I had sleeping bags even though I didn't have any friends over. I just liked sleeping them in anyways, Just put them out in the living room and just be like, this is fun because it's not my bed. Oh, they had so many different fun characters, and you'd go to the store and you'd pick, that Bart Simpson one.
Oh. Sleeps for Whibs, man. I actually had a Bart Simpson T-shirt of him with a slingshot, and at the top it read, Bart Simpson, underachiever. And Bart's saying, and proud of it, man.
New Kids on the Block. Wow, there is so many cool sleeping bags. Let's hear it for Superstar Sacks.
Oh, Lincoln Logs. That was one of my childhood toys.
I had those too, and I really enjoyed them. Playmobil. I feel like it was more of a European kids thing. I feel like today it especially is. I don't think I ever had any of that. But one thing I did have, Legos.
Yeah,
can't get enough of those Legos.
And there was one really creative thing I did with Legos when I was a kid. I actually made a set of chess pieces with them.
Oh wow!
I made white ones, and then I didn't really have enough black pieces to do a set of black ones, so I did white and red.
See, that's fun. That is
It
fun.
was a lot of fun, and when I was younger, I loved playing chess. I was obsessed with it. So making them out of Legos was the perfect thing for me to do.
Absolutely. I should remember to show you my chess that I bought in Greece.
Oh yeah, I bet that's really nice.
Yeah, I bought it for my husband as a present, and I'll have to show you that after. It was really, really cool. I have it upstairs near the filming room, so I can show you pretty easy. Oh, is that Little Mermaid paint by numbers? Because that is so fun. I remember paint by numbers.
Ninja Turtles pizza maker.
That is so cool. I wonder if you actually made pizza.
And a drawing desk? Wow.
Plastic pizza, pans, cans of Fundo, so not for eating. Yeah.
I was wondering if maybe it was like a Play-Doh set or something.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems to be more like a Play-Doh set. Would have been fun to cook pizza in a little easy bake oven, but I bet it would have been gross.
Probably.
more science-based toys. I loved growing crystals as a kid. I still want to get a crystal growing set. I saw them selling them at Target, and I was just like, man, I want to buy those and do those soon. Oh, that's fun. Color Blast with little spray paint. Barbie glitter knitting kit. Puppet Factory. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, and those learn to draw sets. I think I had a few of those when I was younger.
Yeah. Those are very cool. They still have like a lot of learn to draw books.
And they got toy tools for kids who want to be handymen or
Yes.
handy women.
Of course. Can't gender being handy. Although when I was a kid, things were gendered a lot more than they used to be, than they are
Right.
now. Of course, boys could play with dolls and stuff, but back then,
I mean, like I said before, I played with Ninja Turtle figures, and those could be considered dolls too.
and I played with them too. And that's more of a boy thing. Legos more of a boy thing.
And we have baseball cards, which I used to collect a lot when I was younger. And what made it kind of fun was I had a little book that listed a bunch of different cards from each year up, like I think it was like from the 50s all the way up to 1993. And what I would do was I would go through my card collection, and just in the book I'd mark off each one that I had. And for me it was really cool. Oh, I got this card and it said it, and the book says it's worth $5. That's really cool.
That is cool.
Of course, now if you want to find out what something's worth, check it on eBay.
Yeah, check it on eBay. Give it a good Google. See what other sites are selling it for.
Right.
Check the sold listings on eBay. That's what I do when I price something out for resale.
And I have kind of an interesting baseball card story to tell.
Oh, do
when
tell.
When I was younger, well, my family and our yearly tradition was to always go on vacation up to Cape Cod.
Yeah.
And there used to be a baseball, well, really just like a general sports shop up there. It was called the Baseball Store because a lot of their focus was on like baseball cards, baseball shirts, things like that. And then a little later on, they started also selling things like magic cards and Mage Knight figures, which made them even cooler.
Oh, yeah.
But there was one year, I think it was probably 1993 or 94, I saw a pack of cards from 1981, even before I was born. So I decided I wanted to get that pack. And when I opened it up, there was this one card. The player was Greg Luzinski, and it had a piece of gum just completely stuck to it.
Oh no!
And my dad and I were kind of disappointed at first because it was really on there. We felt like the card was ruined because it was just this piece of rock hard gum completely stuck to it, and we were thinking if we tried to take it off that it would ruin the card because like maybe some of the picture would like come off or something, and then that would completely destroy the value of the card. But I figured out how to take that fossilized piece of gum that was older than me off the card and really not even do any damage to the card itself.
How'd you do that?
I don't even remember. I think I was just being really gentle, kind of maneuvering it here and there, maybe just pulling it at it little bits at a time. But yeah, I figured out how to pull the piece of gum off without damaging the card.
That's impressive. See, I would have tried all different things. I maybe would have tried to freeze it. I don't know.
That might have worked.
Yeah, see, I don't know what I would have tried to do. Oh, I love board games.
Oh, and we got Mall Madness.
Oh.
My sister had that as a kid.
I want
And then
that.
more something else iconic from the 90s. You got the Babysitters Club.
Oh, yes. Yes. That is so good. Yeah, my favorite thing of the early 90s was, given my age, I was very young, probably Disney stuff.
Yeah, Disney is very cool. Oh, and we got Scrabble.
Oh, Scrabble.
I
play that all the time.
I play that a lot with my grandmother.
Oh yeah, we still play that.
She's a very good Scrabble player, but that's because she does a lot of word puzzles like crosswords and all those different word games that you find in the newspaper.
So she's a pro.
It keeps her busy. It keeps her mind sharp.
Nothing wrong with that.
She's still going strong at 83 years old.
Well, that's fantastic. I wish her many more quality years.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. LCD games. So these I loved as a kid.
I remember having friends who had these and wanting to play them, and I actually did have one for a while. I might still have it. It was Double Dragon 3.
Oh, that sounds so good. I thought these are all $18.
We got the Turtles front and center. Turtles on one page, Bart Simpson on the other. How can you get any better?
Yeah, see, I think I even had the Little Mermaid one. Oh, the Game Gear.
Oh, nice. Oh, and here's where we move into the different video games.
Oh yeah, let's see here. Just move that thumb out of the way. We get the Lynx portable color game arcade. Now that was a very state-of-the-art $100. I would pay $100 for one of those new in the box all day. So these are probably all Lynx games here. Mrs. Pac-Man. Imagine spending $35 on Mrs. Pac-Man. And then Sega Game Gear, I love Sega Game Gear.
Oh, G-Lock, my buddy Greg from when I was a kid, he had a Game Gear, and this was one of the games he had.
Really? Yeah. Well, Game Gear. We offer so many titles we can't even list them here.
And I think he might have also had Super Monaco GP.
Yeah, I definitely had a handful of games. $150 for the Game Gear. Unfortunately, they were not durable and did not last long for most people. Oh, TurboGrafx 16. That is amazing. Oh, it's so good. TurboGrafx CD. Man, that was pricey in '90s dollars. Wow, this is so cool.
And we got Tailspin, another great 90s cartoon.
Oh, I love that show. Oh, yeah, they had so many great games. Still very playable these days. Oh, yeah, we're already at page 507. Well over 500 pages, like I said.
Oh, and we got the Master System and the Genesis.
Only $50 for a Master System 2. Don't mind if I do. I'll take 5. Oh, man. This is so good. A list of more games there.
Oh, and look at that. One of them is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Oh, yes.
back and that's another thing about the 90s. It was a decade when just about any celebrity could get into a video game.
Yes, that is very true. I find that very interesting. The Genesis, this is Genesis 1, $150. Oh, yes, the Genesis was one of my favorite consoles as a kid for sure.
Yeah, one of my uncles had a Genesis, and I used to like to play it all the time.
So you got a little bit older. I had the Genesis 3, the third model there. I think it was the last model. And, they had a big library of games. I believe it was $80 new when I bought it at Toys R Us. Oh, yes, the old-style Genesis boxes. I love that. Phantasy Star 2. Oh, what a game that is.
I've played Phantasy Star 4. That's another good one. And I see in the corner up here, Wings of War. That was one of the games that my uncle had.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I personally love, Sonic 1, 2, 3. You can get definitely versions of them on your phones, but nothing beats the Genesis. Nintendo.
Final Fantasy, one of my favorite RPGs.
Oh, same. Oh, we got Mega Man 3. Now, this is when the NES was getting a little long in the tooth. The SNES, I think, if it wasn't out now, it was coming out very, very soon. Ooh, $90 for a new NES with Mario Brothers, a light gun, probably came with Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt's a great game. Look at that cabinet. Oh my goodness, what I would give for that Nintendo cabinet. Oh, I had those controllers as a kid. Definitely had that, the NES Advantage.
And I had this one down here. I think it's
very cool. NES Max.
Yeah, the NES Max.
Very, very cool. So many good games. I've played so many of these NES games.
We got Dr. Mario. Oh, the DuckTales game. That's a good one.
That is a good one. Yeah, there's so many. The library for the NES is just incredibly vast. I
also saw Battletoads on there.
Battletoads.
And that's probably considered one of the toughest NES games.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's definitely on the list of the
Check
toughest.
that out, the original Ninja Turtle game.
Oh, yes. That was such a good game.
And The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants.
I remember playing that.
I played it too. It's one of the more difficult NES games.
Yes. Oh, Pinbot was one that I really loved. That one really sticks out to me because I watched a friend's video. I have a YouTube friend who unboxes games, and he unboxed Pinbot, and I was like, oh, I just remember playing one of my favorites for the NES. I don't know why. Wasn't that groundbreaking or anything, but I spent a lot of time playing that as a little kid. Here's the Super Nintendo. So yeah, I think it just came out around this time, and $200 for that. Sorry, limit 2 per customer. As if you would need more than 2. Okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe some really rich person would want to buy one for everyone in his family or something.
They're not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
NASCAR is pretty fun. Playing with the little cars there on the tracks. Very, very nice. See, I want more pages of video games. I loved RC cars.
I know. I feel like I could just go on and on talking about the video games.
Me too. Well, I have news for you, Jamie. I ordered the 1992 Wish Book, so we'll be able to do this again.
Very, very nice.
And we'll have more time to talk about the video games pictured there.
And if it's 92, then that means the Super Nintendo games will be featured more.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think that it just came out.
I think 92 was the year I got my Super Nintendo for Christmas.
Oh, wow. So that's a big year for you. I had a ton of things like this as a kid, the RC cars. I know my dad enjoyed playing them with me.
And when I first got my Super Nintendo, one of the games I got for it was the Zelda game, A Link to the Past.
Oh.
And then another of my uncles, who also really likes video games, he was a big Zelda fan, and he used to play the first 2 on NES a lot, and I used to play with him, and then he got a Super Nintendo, and he was also playing A Link to the Past. And then whenever I saw him, we'd always be talking about Zelda.
Those are some good memories you have there. Oh, one of the best games. Definitely one of the best games in my memory. Oh, plastic dinosaurs. I couldn't get enough plastic dinosaurs as a kid. As a 90s child.
I had a lot of them too. And I think that's just something, not just about 90s, but about children in general, is the dinosaurs is something they really like.
Oh, for sure. I feel like the 90s is when dinosaur toys really took off, though. I feel like there was more of them versus any other
And part of that could have been that the show Dinosaurs was on TV.
Oh, I think so. I think so. Oh, Ninja Turtles. That's so cool. Ninja Turtles playing what? Hockey?
I actually had that. It's
No way.
Ninja Turtles Subterranean Sewer Hockey.
That's so fun.
I don't think I have it anymore, but I did have it back in the day, and I used to play it a lot.
Yeah, you can tell that Turtles are really dominating a lot of this catalog in a good way, you know? I don't know anybody who dislikes the Turtles that was around back in the 90s as a kid. I mean, that was a big thing for kids back then. When we get the wrestlers, we got the Hulk Hogan. Superheroes.
Yeah, I think some of the big wrestlers of the 90s were like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, yep, definitely. And everybody knew those names. Those were household names in the 90s. Got some superheroes. Everybody loved the superheroes. Moon shoes. Oh. Now that's a classic. Everybody wants those moon shoes. Pogo sticks.
And then we got, I think that's, yeah, you get the skip it. I think my sister had one of those too.
I think I had one of those too, actually. A more revised one for the later 90s. Oh, yes. The plastic basketball, the baseballs.
Oh, Nerf toys.
Oh, I love those.
I think a few of my friends had the bows and arrows.
That thing's intense.
I had a Nerf slingshot. That was really cool.
That is cool. Oh, kids get their footballs.
And I even had a Nerf, a soft Nerf football, and my dad and I used to play catch with it a lot.
That's very cool. I think I have one of those too. Nerf was just a big household name in the 90s as well. And, you know, they still make a lot of Nerf stuff. Oh, yes, the basketballs for the older kids. There's a lot of kids that just, I want that hoop. I want that. Look at those!
Very cool.
Okay.
Simpson roller skates.
I want those.
And you got a Ninja Turtle one up here.
Can I order those
Very
for $25? Can I order those, please? Yeah, that's just so classic. I'd pay $25 for those all day. Oh, this is just such a delight going through this.
I know, it's fun going back through all our memories. And
it is. Yeah. I mean, that's why I definitely don't want to do this alone. I know you would love doing this with me, and I love to hear your input and your stories. I'm sure all the viewers want to hear it as well.
Absolutely. I think it's something that helps our video to stand out a little more.
Yeah, me talking to myself is not as fun as you joining it. Later, Gator. So you got to figure out when they stop doing the wish books and, you know, keep doing more of these videos, because I'd love to get, you know, into the N64 days, the PlayStation days. Even more radical 90s stuff. Snow nut. I'm a snow donut. Oh, the snowmobile. I love it. These are fun sleds. Snowfest 91. Oh, then we got some warmer weather activities here. Swing sets, very cheap, $10 a month. Can't beat that. You know, some kids are very, very happy to get that.
Oh yeah, I used to love swing sets when I was a kid.
Same. I had a nice one that you could climb up, and it had a little enclosure area. It was like a wooden one. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, mine didn't have that, but it was a nice, it was a nice wooden one that was good quality.
That's what counts. Oh, I remember having a little house like that.
Oh, nice. Instead of Little House on the Prairie, it's Little House in the Backyard.
Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, Pony
Yeah.
Express. Look at that.
It's like, if you can't bring your kid to the carousel, bring the carousel to your kid.
Oh, we all had those little Tykes cars.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. And the wagon. When I was younger, we had one of those, my family had one of those wagons, and we'd use them to keep, like, we'd store all of our basketballs and footballs and, like, baseball gloves in it.
That's a good use for it, I think.
Definitely.
Oh, these ride-on cars, or these pedal cars. Yeah, pedal ones. I used to have the battery-powered cars like that as a kid. Oh, man. That is the best. There we go, battery-operated. It's extreme. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, these are fun. I used to ride them around till the battery died. They'd change the battery and I'd ride that one till it died. And then I'd have to go in and eat dinner and be sad it was over. Even though the thing couldn't go over 2 miles an hour or whatever it was. Oh, Peg Parego, that's a good
still
brand.
fun because you'd feel like because you got to drive something.
Oh yeah, that just felt like I felt like the coolest kid in the world because I could do that. Peg Parego's a good brand. You know, those must have. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those are still in use these days. It's a pretty high-end brand, actually. Oh, some of these are so cool. It'd be fun to find a vintage one and like repaint it and restore it. And oh, look at the little tricycles. Pretty cheap too. Oh, the big wheel. The big wheel. Super trike. It's not the official big wheel. Oh, the wagons. Oh, yes, yes, yes. The bikes. Oh, the bikes. Oh, you get the measurements, so you get the right one.
I think the first bike my sister had kind of looked like that.
Yeah.
I think it had like the pinks and purples on it.
2 of my favorite colors, pinks and purples. I think every girl loved pinks and purple things in the 90s especially. Oh yeah, that is cool. Those 90s bikes. Yeah, and you know, pretty cheap comparatively to today. I mean, the last bike I bought as a kid, you know, maybe as like a teenager, although I have a nicer bike now, one that's hundreds of dollars. But the last one I got at a Walmart, I think, was like $180, and that was on sale. I think it was regular like $250. Oh, look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle helmet.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I used to ride my bike all the time when I was a kid.
Same.
It's like that and playing video games, 2 of my favorite things to do.
Oh, same. I couldn't wait to get out of school just to go home and play my video games. Although when I was a kid, I had, you know, like an arcade and stuff in my basement. I had pinball machines, real ones and stuff. Because my dad liked to buy them and fix them up. So that was a lot of fun. I used to have friends come over just to play with my little arcade in the basement. I love the 90s color schemes. The gym equipment. It was a very deluxe treadmill. Deluxe. See, now we have them with the TVs. They're $3,000. They're not cheap nowadays. Like the bicycle ones. That's so great. Yeah, stuff like that was way cheaper back then, for sure. But, you know, factor in inflation. You know, I always forget to do that when talking about some of these prices. See, I'd have to figure out what the inflation rate from 1991 to today is. Get some golf clubs. Lots and lots of golfers out there. I remember my dad had one of those.
Reminds me of a company I used to work at. Every year in, I think it was usually in October, they would, or September, they would do a Hackers Day golf tournament.
Yeah.
That anyone could play in.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, it was always a good time, because then afterwards, we'd all like meet at the clubhouse for lunch, and then they'd raffle off some prizes to everyone.
Oh, that's great. Pool tables and everything. I mean, the Sears Wish Book had everything in it.
Dartboards.
Oh, dartboards are fun.
And ping pong.
Ping pong. I had a ping pong table as a kid. Ping pong, pool table.
Oh, and air hockey. I remember playing that at probably like Chuck E. Cheese and some other places too.
Chuck E. Cheese, a good nostalgic place indeed. Oh, look at the little slot machine. Oh, skee ball. That's an arcade classic. Table soccer. I had a basketball thing like that, a little more modern, of course, as a kid too. Beautiful trees, so lifelike. Flame retardant. Fade resistant. Let's see. Yeah, the prices there, not terrible. Oh, all the vintage Christmas decorations. Music boxes were big 90s things, along with snow globes. Still like a good snow globe. Bibles on cassettes, lots of things on cassettes. I swear I had that same nativity scene as a kid.
My family has one that looks kind of similar to that, not exactly the same.
Yeah, I definitely had one that was a lot like that. Let me not skip a page there. More Christmas goodness. Can't believe how long we've been filming. It's already been an hour and a half. Oh, Gumball Machine. I feel like gumballs were bigger back in the day.
And sugarless if you've got diabetes or some other condition.
Yep, good to be inclusive and do the sugarless, sugar-free. Oh, you can get shipped ham and turkey. Send your loved one an unrefrigerated turkey. Hickory Farms, I remember them being around. I don't even know if they're still around, to be honest. I would love their summer sausage. Oh, yes. You can get it pizza. Get pizza shipped here. Why? What? The pizza doesn't even look good. It looks so bad. The jams, the fruits. All these good holiday gifts.
And of course, and then of course the fruitcakes.
The iconic holiday fruitcake. That cheesecake looked good.
Yeah, cheesecake looks very good. That's one of my favorite desserts to have.
Cheesecake, me too, definitely. I like cheesecake,
with
lemon squares.
With a good graham cracker crust.
See, the graham cracker crust makes it. If it doesn't have a good graham cracker crust, it's not going to be as good.
Well, there's got to be a good crunchy crust to go with that softer cream cheese filling.
Yes, it's a good balancing act you got to have with your cheesecake.
Bazooka Bubble Gum, something I remember. You'd open it up and there'd be a little Bazooka Joe comic in there.
Oh yes, I remember that as well. Oh, then we have books. I better speed it up. We're already at an hour and a half. So we got some good here. I'll just back it up and we'll move a little faster here through the Christmas decorations. Because, I can't believe we've already been at it for an hour and a half. That is just crazy.
You know, and just to point out, this fireplace set right here, in my house, the fireplace used to look just like that.
Yeah, that's a very 90s design. I mean, you've been living in the same house for how long now? Since you were born, probably, huh?
Not quite that long, but it has been a long time.
It's probably been remodeled a few times. Had some updates to it, you know.
There certainly have been.
We got the Craftsman tools. I think Sears sold off their Craftsman tools, and that's been hurting their business. It was one of their best brands, but they were trying to stay alive, you know. I actually don't know if Sears has completely gone out of business yet or not. I don't think so at this point in 2020. Telescopes.
Well, at least we know Toys R Us is still alive and well in Canada.
Yes, I know. Jamie and I have talked about it, and we plan on going to Toys R Us when Corona, you know, dies down. We don't want to go now with Corona, but we're going to drive up to Canada. It's about a 4-hour drive from my house.
When the coronavirus is gone, but the Corona beer is still alive and well.
Correct. Yes, we want to go when the COVID-19 has resolved itself, and you know, maybe we get vaccinated for it. We definitely want to be over that before we make a trip up out of the country. But we're going to drive up there, like I said, about 4 hours. We're going to stay up there for a few days and do some filming. We want to go show you guys what a Toys R Us used to look like. I'm sure many of you remember, but we are going to be filming a Toys R Us in Canada. It still has...
Very, very big part of our childhoods.
Yes, for sure. I mean, for me, you know, one of the most enjoyable parts of my childhood was going to Toys R Us, going in there for hours, running around every aisle and picking out a toy. Look at this. That is so fun. All the calculators. Talk about a blast from the past. Old computers. Oh, I love old computers. 1 megabyte of internal RAM. 30 megabyte hard drive.
That reminds me of playing Oregon Trail on the computers at school.
Oh, yes, yes. Anybody our age has probably done that. Oh, what I want to give to unbox one of these. Brand new. Oh, it's getting harder and harder to find these old computers, especially at a reasonable price. I mean, I shouldn't say they're not reasonable. I mean, you know, price meets the demand, and people do want them. Computer games and software there. Videos. See, I hate to speed it up, but oh man, we're going on 2 hours. Hour and a half now. It's probably gonna be close to it when we get done. The VHS
Got
tape.
There's Home Alone. There's Back to the Future.
Oh, I love Back to the Future. Oh, it's one of my dad's favorite movies. Back to the Future. Oh man, all those classic VHS tapes. Nowadays we got DVD, Blu-ray, a little more practical. And most of all, Netflix streaming.
Yeah, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, whatever you happen to have.
Yeah, and you know, I still like, you know, some stuff on DVD, Blu-ray, and all that. But yeah, streaming services are the way to go nowadays for casual watching, unless it's something you really, really like. You know, then you want to own it on Blu-ray or DVD. But you know, for most just shows, you don't have to go out and buy it or rent it. You just stream it. Oh, yes, the camcorders. The camcorders really get me. I remember my family had, you know, some nice camcorders, and lots of home videos were made on those. Oh, video editing software devices. Look at that. Editing system with graphics package. Yeah, this is fun. VCRs. Who doesn't? Oh, look at that. Built-in VCR.
Oh. And it kind of reminds me, like, there's a scene from Home Alone when like early on in the movie when the burglars are are scoping out Kevin's house, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of top flight goods in there, like stereos and VCRs."
Oh, nowadays, you know, they wind up in the trash. I feel like they wound
Yeah.
up in the trash 5-10 years ago. Oh yeah, look at that TV. So big it's got its own stand. Oh man, I hate that we have to go through it so fast. So I mean, you guys feel free to pause it at any point if you want. You know, it is a delight
Maybe-
to see some of these pictures, but
Maybe next time we look through one of these books, we'll start at the end so we could spend more time on the stuff that's in the later half of it.
it might not be a bad idea. Or we could break it up into a couple parts, maybe.
Yeah,
They'll do
that
half
would be
it.
a good idea too.
Half of it on one page, then do the other half. But this is just we want to get this out as a Thanksgiving special. Oh man, the Walkman. Yeah, it's hard to just breeze by that page when it's all so good. It's all so classic. I mean, I hope you guys watch this video
and
enjoyed it.
the old Discman for CDs.
Those skipped if you moved them, even in the slightest.
That was always very annoying about them.
I mean, I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video. I hope you can leave us a thumbs up and, subscribe and stay tuned for more vintage goodness. We really love doing stuff
Absolutely,
like this.
because there's a lot more where this came from.
Oh, yeah. We do. We have Nintendo Power videos up where we read Nintendo Power magazines. There's definitely
Classic Magic cards.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely just more where this came from. So, stay tuned to us. And like I said, if you can give us a thumbs up, it means so much to me. And definitely comment and let us know your favorite part of these Sears Wish books. What was the thing that you had a memory of, or something that really stands out to you that was
Something you absolutely had to have for Christmas or your birthday when you were a kid.
or maybe something you want now. I know I want those Lisa Simpson roller skates. Like I said, hate to rush through the end of it, but time is of the essence. Oh, the microwaves. Now, some of those old microwaves probably still working. The old fridges, they're in people's basements now. There's extra storage usually. Dishwashers, appliances, and yeah, that wraps it up there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this fantastic Wish Book reading. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys soon. Bye for now.